Now, out of every single superstar freshman that Kentucky was able to brought in this upcoming season, with Justin Edwards being ranked as the 3rd ranked player, DJ Wagner being ranked as the 4th ranked player, Aaron Bradshaw 6th, Robert Dillingham ranked as the 15th, and Reed Sheppard as the 23rd ranked player in the country. Guys, I don't think people understand that this man Reed Sheppard and this man Robert Dillingham, they were actually the first 2 players to actually commit to Kentucky to start off Coach Calipari's arguable, whatever you want to call it, #1 recruiting class in the nation. And it's even crazier. It's even crazier that these 2 players, coincidentally enough, are the 2 players on this team that's, I guess you can say, they're causing some sort of controversy or back and forth with a lot of UK fans and scouts out there, just because these 2 players, I mean, you gotta admit, like, these 2 players in particular have easily been the best 2 freshmen so far for Kentucky. And like I said, a lot of fans across the board, they are demanding that Coach Calipari plays these 2 players in particular way more. But if you want me to be honest, I really don't think that's gonna happen just anytime soon. But both of these players, if you look at the numbers, both of these players are actually averaging the most points on the team among freshmen, shooting very, very well from the field. And like I said, Rob and Reed, they have easily been the most consistent players so far on this team. And it's just crazy because I'm pretty sure if you were asked a lot of people just prior to the season, which out of these 5 freshmen would NBA teams draft or take, who would you expect to dominate, and who would you just expect to have the best season for the freshman campaign? Guys, I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama out there would bet on DJ Wagner and Justin Edwards in particular, just because of their past history, their stature, their projectability as an overall player. And guys, like I said, do not get me wrong, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that DJ and Justin aren't lottery talents, or they're not NBA ready, they're bad players, or they're just, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just basing what I'm saying and what a lot of people are saying just based on what we've been seeing so far from these 2 players play. And we have to admit, they just haven't been the players that we've thought so far, and they just haven't made the adjustment to transition to that collegiate level. But guys, serious question. Please take away the politics. Please take away all that, bro. Please. Now, if you were to really take away the name of every single player on this team, you were oblivious to the rankings, who these players are, their past history. You just took away everything about these players. You're blind. You've never watched basketball, and you just watched every single game for Kentucky this season. What would you say about every single player on this team? Now, dissecting the main players here with Antonio Reeves, you would probably say that yes, he can definitely score the ball, but man, this dude shoots an insane amount of shots, whether they go in or not, whether he airballs. This man is gonna shoot the rock, and this man attempts so many shots. But I mean, you just cannot deny the confidence that he plays with. He's still smart as a player. He's good defensively, and essentially you actually do want Antonio Reeves on the floor, and I really don't think a lot of people would deny that. Now with Justin Edwards, just based on the eye test, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people would say that he's built and plays like a prototypical NBA forward. The potential is there, but we just haven't seen him put the pieces together. He just looks like he's not confident out there. He's not playing with the most amount of effort. And this man just makes you want to rip your head off, just because you know the talent is there. You know the potential is there. You know what Justin Edwards is capable of. He just simply hasn't put the pieces together, and he just looks very like timid out there on the floor. Now with DJ Wagner, you would probably say that you probably never seen a player play with such a dog mentality like this man DJ. He's aggressive. He talks. He wants it. He wants to actually help his team win every single game. He plays hard on every single possession, but his shot and his jumper and just everything around the offensive side of the ball is just not falling, and he just cannot hit a shot to save his life in this specific moment in time. But like I said, you just cannot deny the potential. It's just not his moment right now. Now with this man Reed Sheppard, I know a lot of people would probably describe Reed Sheppard as a player that you just want on your team if you're building a championship level team, just because he just plays with an unselfish type of play style. He can shoot it. He can do a lot of things well on the floor. I mean, the fact that he's shooting 70% from three so far in the early season, like I said, he gets after it defensively. He makes it hard for point guards to set up the offense. He just does everything right. And don't get me wrong, he essentially still plays like a freshman. He's occasionally going to make those mistakes, but you just cannot deny that he's still a consistent player for this team. He can shoot the ball, like I said, and like I said, flat out, he's just a guy that you just want on your team. Now, finally, with this man, Robert Dillingham, Mr. Rob with the shifts, bro. Like I said, same thing with this man, Reed Sheppard, bro. Where do I even start? I mean, he's averaging the most points on the team among freshmen with actually playing the least amount of minutes on this team. Guys, I really feel like a lot of people just don't understand what I just said, bro, and I have to repeat it, bro. This man, Robert Dillingham, is averaging the most points as a freshman on this team, and he's playing the least amount of minutes. The least amount of minutes out of a lot of players on this team, bro. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, I've been trying to say it. This man, Robert Dillingham, he's built for Kentucky. He's built for the moment. He's easily the best scoring point guard on this team, in my personal opinion. If he continues to be the point guard that scouts envision him to be, he can be that scoring guard to come off the bench, electrify the offense, bringing a different type of energy to your team. If he can continue to do that, bro, I'm telling you guys right now, he's going to go first round. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, what this man did against Kentucky, number one, Kansas, as that, I mean, it's spectacular, bro. I mean, the fact that he hit 4 threes in a 2-minute span, bringing in the spark that Coach Cal needed for this team, bro. It's just crazy that a lot of people are really surprised that he's doing this, but y'all know, bro, if you're an OG on this channel, bro, y'all know I've been trying to tell you guys that this man, Robert Dillingham, he's really that dude. And like I said, he's been doing this ever since this man came out the womb. He averaged 30 points a game whenever he was in high school playing a national schedule. And this really is nothing new for Robert Dillingham. And that's the thing. Despite how well he is scoring for Kentucky and for his collegiate season so far, despite all that, despite everything that he's been doing for this team, the biggest thing, at least for me, that even caught me off guard is just how coachable and how much he's a willing learner for this team. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree with me out there that Coach Calipari, he coaches pretty hard. He, no matter if you're hot, no matter if you hit the X amount of threes or X amount of points, he will yank you out the game if you make a mistake. And you've seen Rob made some freshmen's mistakes out there, and coaches actually yanked him out the game, but it doesn't really look like it's actually phased Robert Dillingham. He understands that he's young. He understands that he's going to be making mistakes. He understands that this is just the moment that's preparing him, you know, for the main moment, which is actually getting to the NBA, making a career, making a lot of money. So the fact that he understands that and he's doing a pretty good job so far for Kentucky, like I said, to me, that's the biggest thing that I'm really taking away from Rob so far this season. And like I said, bro, if you were just to remove every single player's name, you've never seen any of these players play, and you've just been watching Kentucky so far for this season, you would most likely say that Robert Dillingham and Reed Sheppard are easily the two best players on this team. But like I said, I really need to put emphasis on the fact that I am in no way, shape, or form saying that DJ and Justin are not NBA draft material. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying DJ and Justin, they were actually the two players that were projected to go top 5 in the up and coming draft, but we've actually been seeing the opposite of that, and they've actually been seeing their draft continue to plummet, even despite the season just starting and it's only still November. I mean, if you take a look at NBA DraftNet and you see where all these players are actually projected to go, at least in this specific moment in time, you'll see Justin Edwards is still in the top 10. Like I said, he's still built and he does have a lot of potential as an NBA player, so he's still projected to go number 8 to Chicago. You have Robert Dillingham projected to go 26 to Dallas, DJ Wagner number 29, Aaron Bradshaw, I believe I skipped over him. He's projected to go number 6 overall. Just kind of crazy to see that Reed Sheppard is just nowhere on this NBA mock draft list. And this is actually something that I talked about the other day on my Instagram with D-Rich TV. Despite how well Reed Sheppard has been playing so far for Kentucky, it's just going to be interesting to me just if NBA teams are going to give him a chance, because he really doesn't pass the eye test as far as I'm pretty sure a lot of people say he doesn't really strike fear. He's not as physical. He doesn't have that NBA size frame, and he's not super athletic either. I think Reed Sheppard is just a guy who's very fundamental. He's a smart player. He's a very high IQ player. He plays with effort, and I do think a lot of teams should take a chance on him just because that can actually really take you a long way. There's a lot of guys like that has definitely made a living in the NBA. And I feel like a lot of NBA teams to just not look at necessarily the potential or the stature of these types of players, but look at what the player can give you. Reed Sheppard is a guy, like I said at the beginning of the video, that you just want on your team. He does everything right. He rarely makes mistakes on the floor. He plays with effort. He gets after it on the defensive end. He's not a defensive liability in any way, shape, or form. And like I said, the fact that he can shoot the rock, I really do think that team should definitely give him a chance, just because, like I said, he's been the most consistent, or one or two of the most consistent players on this Kentucky team. So, like I said, only time will tell, but that's just my personal opinion. I really want to know what you guys think about that. If teams should or will give Reed Sheppard a chance in the NBA. But guys, like I said, I really do think that Kentucky found their two hidden gems. They're definitely blossoming on this team. I do think they're going to be continuing to showcase their talent. Let's pray that DJ Wagner and Justin Edwards can find their footing. I really do think the sky is the limit for this team once they get Aaron Bradshaw and the other guys, their bigs, because it's just crazy that they've been playing this well and they have no bigs on their team. So this team is only going to get better from here. But like I said, we're going to check in here in a few months.